Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this is a re-upload of an older video I did. This has a much better sound and video quality and whatnot to it. This is Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory for the DECO Cassette system in 1984. And it is the first official sequel to Burgertime. There is the control panel, and you have two buttons in this game. One kicks, what the gist of the game is you're in an ice cream factory and you try to build ice cream cones. And to do that, you have to kick big balls of ice cream into the cones. Yeah, they're ginormous balls of ice cream. They're much bigger than you. And you have two buttons. One kicks the ice cream ball downward. It's a platform game, much like Burgertime. You kick the ice cream ball downward with one button to a lower platform, and with the other button, you kick the ice cream ball upward. And your goal is to kick the ice cream balls into ice cream cones. And ice cream cones are situated beneath the edge of a platform. That way, when you kick the ball off of a platform, it will fall into the cone. And you can fill a cone with two balls of ice cream. No more than that. That'll be a double scoop ice cream cone. But your goal in the game on each level is to get rid of all the balls of ice cream. And the only way to do that is to get them into a cone. There are enemies in this game. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, there is a scale, a strawberry, a jug of milk, and I'm trying to remember the other one. I think there were four. But at any rate, this is not a particularly good sequel. It's too hard. It's not very fair. The enemies are very fast, incredibly fast. I mean, compared to the Burgertime enemies, these guys are just way too damn fast. But again, your goal is to use up all the ice cream balls. And again, there are two buttons. One kicks the ball high, one kicks the ball low. I mean, to a upper level or to a lower level. There's the boot up screen that's going to finish up. I did not care for this game much. It's not particularly good. Not a good sequel. Mostly because the enemies are just too fast. The enemies do have behavior patterns that if you study closely, you can figure out what they are. But there are ladders that you climb up like in Burgertime, and platforms that you walk on like in Burgertime. But again, you have to kick the balls of ice cream. And the other enemy was a donut. The donut's pattern I'm not entirely sure how to understand. I think the other enemies are easier to figure out. Once in a while, there will be a jug of juice or a carrot that will appear, and those items can freeze the enemies for a short while. If you simply walk up to an ice cream ball and kick it to the left or right, it will just scoot to the left or right. But if you tap the kick button, but if you hold the kick button down with one button or the other, then you will kick it high or low. And there's that juice jug. You can freeze the enemies for a short while. You have to jump through it. You have a jump button. And that same jump button will kick the ball low or down to a lower level if you hold it down as you're kicking it. There's a double scoop ice cream cone. You can jump through the enemies or jump over the enemies, and you'll need to do that a lot because they're very fast. There was the secondary button which kicked it high. Now I need to get over there and kick it in the cone. And that's the end of that level. The enemies are just too damn fast in this game. Whoa. There we go. You will die. Ooh, I just got him. You will die if you fall off a ledge. But when an ice cream cone has at least one scoop in it, one scoop of ice cream, then you can walk on it. But if there's a... Ah, crap. But if there's a gap, I mean an ice cream cone that does not have a scoop in it, and you try to walk over it, you will fall and die. Even if you fall just one friggin' story. Yeah, this game is not very good. If they didn't make the enemies fast, and they made it so you could, like, survive at least one story fall, then the game would have been a lot better. Damn it! Had a scoop of ice cream in the way. And again, you hold down the kick button, and then you will kick it higher or lower depending on the button you used. But if you just tap it as you run into it, you will just kick it left or right. Yeah, the enemies are just too quick. Alright, jump through. Yeah, don't forget that you have a jump button, and that jump button is the low kick button. But just tap it when you're not next to an ice cream ball, and you will jump. And again, you cannot survive trying to go through gaps. The enemies, once you kill them by kicking an ice cream ball at them, whoa, they will reappear at the edges. So if you've killed enemies, watch out for those edges. They can just reappear from them and get you. Ah, shit. See, they're just too damn fast. Well, that is Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory. I will play again. You don't have to go to end. You can just try to select another character and then you'll enter your initials. Yeah, that's a good idea to start, is to wait so you can mush the enemies with an ice cream ball. Whoa, he almost got me. Yeah, remember to keep an eye open for that juice jar or whatever the hell it is. And get ready to jump when enemies get too close. And yeah, they'll flash when they're about to change back. I kind of like the idea of this game, but they just really needed to make the enemies slower. And you should be able to survive one story fall. I think that's crap. But once you get at least one ice cream scoop into the cone, you can walk over it. Yeah, I doubt you'll be seeing this game in any kind of Data East compilation type of collection or whatever, just because it was not good. And I think DECO kind of, Data East realizes that. Glad I did that, because I don't really know that, I don't really get the donuts pattern of movement. There we go, that's the end of that level. I think there's an infinite, I think the game is endless. I don't think there's a finite number of levels. Yeah, and again, you can't get 3 scoops of ice cream into a cone, only 2. So once you fill it up with 2, start thinking about kicking it down to a lower level or a higher level. Hope you're having a happy Halloween. I was thinking that going as Peter Pepper would have been a cool costume, because people would have recognized it from Burgertime, but certainly not Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory. There was another sequel for the Mattel Intellivision called Diner, and I don't recall if I've ever played that. And I think there was another sequel too that might have also been for the Intellivision. I can't remember what it was called. Data East had originally intended to make a sequel called Pizza Time, but that never came to light. Unfortunately, this one did. And again, I like the concept, kicking ice cream balls around, but the enemies are just too fast, and you should not die just because you fell from one story. I think that's utter crap. I just hate the pattern of movement from these dick holes. I can't really figure out some of the guys' patterns. And there's some weird choices for enemies in an ice cream factory. Boy, that was close. Strawberry I can understand, but a donut? A scale? Yeah, at any rate. But yeah, if there's a ball, an ice cream ball right next to a cone, then just move up to it, hold down the upwards kick button, and most of the time you will be able to just boot it up into the cone. I think after you reach a certain point value, then those juice jars or whatever the hell they are will appear, or a carrot will appear. I think it's a carrot, and you'll be able to jump through it and freeze the enemies. It's a much better game than the first one. I mean, the first time I played through this, I didn't do nearly as well. Yeah, these enemies get so darn fast. And remember that they reappear from the edges of the screen. So if you've killed enemies, I think generally they appear at the top or bottom of the screen. Ah, crap. Knew it was coming, but I didn't time my jump very well. that is Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory, the first sequel to Burgertime, created in 1984 by Data East for the DECO Cassette system. And this is a re-upload. But I was not very crazy about this sequel, and I know that a lot of people who played this were not either. But this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory by Data East in 1984 for the DECO Cassette system. Happy Halloween, everybody. Take it easy. Bye-bye.